All right, ChatGPT, it is everywhere these days. The question is my little golf business in trouble? We're going to try and find out. Let's go. So I've been on ChatGPT asking some questions about golf club building, repair, and fitting to see what kind of answers I get back. Do I need to be worried for my job? Am I about to get replaced by a robot? I'm going to show you the questions I asked, the answers I got, and then sort of grade those answers as far as how good are those responses from ChatGPT when it comes to questions on golf club building, golf club repair, and fitting. Okay, first question I asked ChatGPT. How do you regrip a golf club? This is the answer we got from ChatGPT. I'm just going to read through it and basically just kind of give each of these responses, each of these steps, a score of 1 to 5, 5 being dead on, precise and accurate, 1 being not accurate or incorrect. First off, it says, as an AI language model, I don't have hands, but the following steps can help in regripping a golf club. Step 1, gather your materials. You'll need a new grip, grip solvent, grip tape, and a utility knife. All of that, I would say, is very accurate. 5 stars. Remove the old grip. Use a utility knife to slice through the grip and peel it off. Again, it is completely accurate. However, it gives you really no detail about how to do that, just sort of leaves you to do it on your own. So we're going to say, since it is accurate but not very descriptive, 4 stars. Step 3, clean the club. Use grip solvent and a rag to clean any residue left from the old grip. This one, I'm going to say, we're going to give this 3 stars because yes, you want to get the old tape off there, but I don't think it is in any way necessary to clean the shaft to the point where it is shiny and sparkling using grip solvent. It's actually going to make the process much harder if you use grip solvent and clean every shaft to a sparkling, shiny finish. So yes, you want to get the old grip off. Yes, you want to remove the old tape, but you don't need to go this far with it. Step 4, apply the grip tape. Starting at the top of the shaft, wrap the grip tape around the club in a spiral motion. Make sure each layer overlaps slightly. Now, obviously here, ChatGPT is talking about the smaller, thinner diameter grip tape, not the 2-inch tape that I always use and show you guys in my videos. That tape is perfectly usable. I think it is much slower. It's much less efficient, but it is usable. The only problem I really have is you don't want to be overlapping the layers of tape. That is unnecessary, and it's going to make it much harder to both get the backing off of the tape and when installing the new grip. You don't need it layered on top of each other. You can have a slight gap as you spiral it around. So for that reason, we're going to give that 3 stars. Step 5, apply the grip solvent. Pour some grip solvent on the grip tape and inside the grip. Spread it around with your fingers to ensure full coverage. Okay, this is both accurate, but at the same time, very vague. It doesn't actually mention that you want to pour the grip solvent back out of the grip after you've poured it in there. So again, is it accurate? Yes. Is it overly helpful or specific? No. We're going to give that again 3 out of 5 stars. Step 6, slide the new grip onto the club. Make sure it is aligned properly before pushing it onto the tape. Accurate? Yes. Vague? Yes. Doesn't give you a lot of tips as far as how to get the grip started on, how to slide it on all the way, things you may want to look out for while you're doing it. So 3 stars. Step 7, align the grip, turn the club over, and make sure the grip is aligned correctly. This one is sort of redundant since they already talked about aligning the grip, but I guess they're just saying once it's on, you want to make sure all the logos and all of those things are in the proper place. All of that is good. Again, rather vague, rather simplistic, and not mentioning things like you want to make sure that the grip is fully seated onto the shaft and the butt end isn't wiggling around. Again, we're going to give this 3 out of 5. Let it dry. Leave the club overnight to allow the grip adhesive to dry completely. Is this correct? Well, you don't really need to leave it overnight unless you are in a very cold or very wet environment. It will usually dry within an hour, 30 minutes even in hotter conditions. So again, we're going to give this 3 out of 5. So overall, it was accurate as far as regripping a golf club. it left out a lot of information that someone more experienced would know, but it does give you the basic steps in the process. Okay, final question for ChatGPT, and we are done with the softballs. We are now going into something a little bit more in-depth, a little bit more complicated, and that is, how do golf club adjustable adapters work? ChatGPT. Golf club adjustable adapters typically allow golfers to adjust the loft, lie, and face angle of their driver or fairway wood. These adapters are installed on the tip of the club shaft and can be rotated to change the angle of the club head. Well, I would say right there, that is all completely accurate. I'm going to go ahead and give that 5 out of 5. To adjust the loft, golfers can rotate the adapter clockwise or counterclockwise. Rotating the adapter clockwise will decrease the loft, while rotating it counterclockwise will increase the loft. This can help golfers fine-tune their ball flight and launch angle. So as correct as the first statement was, and it was right on and very accurate, the second statement is completely wrong. Or maybe not completely wrong, but at least 50% wrong, which in my book might as well be completely wrong, because it's going to depend on what brand you've got, what model, as far as which way you actually have to rotate that hosel in order to make that change. If we're talking about a Mizuno driver or a TaylorMade driver, then we are actually going to be rotating it counterclockwise from its starting point in order to lower the loft. Versus a Ping or a PXG driver, let's say, where you're actually going to be rotating it clockwise to bring it into a lower loft position. And it's all going to be sort of dependent on where the starting point is and what you're trying to do. But a blanket statement of going clockwise to lower the loft or counterclockwise to raise the loft, it's wrong more often than it's right. So we're just going to go ahead and say it's just wrong. It shouldn't be in there. 1 star. Next statement. To adjust the lie, some adapters may have a small screw that can be loosened or tightened. By adjusting the screw, golfers can change the angle of the club head relative to the shaft. This can help correct any tendencies to hit the ball too far to the right or left. Now, I'm not sure why the screw didn't get mentioned in the loft portion and only gets mentioned in the lie portion, because it's the same mechanism, it's the same screw in both, but it is accurate in that you can use the adapter and loosen it with the screw and adjust it to change the lie angle, which can have an influence on ball flight. However, again, it's very vague. It doesn't tell you how to do that one way or the other, which direction will give you which ball flight. And again, why it brings up the screw here and not in the earlier part, I don't know. So we'll give this 3 out of 5. Next statement, to adjust the face angle, some adapters may have a movable weight or a separate component that can be rotated. By moving the weight or rotating the component, golfers can adjust the position of the club face at impact. This can help promote a straighter ball flight or a draw or fade, depending on the golfer's preference. This one, I would say, again, overall, yes, it's accurate. It's also bringing in movable weights and not just adjustable adapters, so it's obviously pulling information from just adjustable golf clubs, not just adjustable hosel adapters. But it is accurate in the fact that it says that you can change the club face angle, which can change the club face angle at impact and change the ball flight to a draw or a fade, depending on the golfer's preference. Again, all of that is accurate. It sort of expands the scope a little bit and, again, is incredibly vague and does not give any real direction of the how or the why. But, again, we can go ahead and just say, 3 out of 5. Last thing it says, overall, adjustable adapters provide golfers with a flexible way to customize their clubs and optimize their performance on the course. Well, that sounds like the basic pitch you would get from a sales guy at a random golf retail store. So really not a whole lot of value there, but that's how they ended it. Overall, asking ChatGPT to explain how adjustable adapters work on golf clubs was not overly useful. It gave some accurate information, albeit mostly in a very sort of superficial, vague way. And when it tried to get more detailed, well, it was wrong as often as it was right. So overall, this question, I would say probably, yeah, we'll just go ahead and say overall 2 out of 5 because it didn't really give you much useful information. So would I use ChatGPT as any sort of guide, as any sort of reference when I am building, repairing, or fitting golf clubs? I'm going to go ahead and say no, not right now at least. Who knows what the future holds? I have no doubt it will get more and more accurate. I'm pretty sure as I keep producing more of these videos, it's going to be using me to help answer these questions, which is both good for accuracy and bad for my job, but that's just how it goes. Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please go down below, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you'll be alerted when I post new videos. Make sure you check out my new channel, Elite Fit Golf, where I do golf club reviews and fitting videos. You can find me on Instagram at Mobile Club Maker, and I'll see you next time.